What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another freaking video. Today we got Nicole in the building. This would make episode 4, y'all. Yes, I believe episode 4. Today's discussion is about a 9 to 5 working one. Do you want to work one? How do you feel about one? Is there other options than one? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We are outside once again, so if you hear noises, it's just outside. So, like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We're about to get right into the discussion. So, a 9 to 5. Every day, same time, leave at the same time. And even if it ain't the same, it's like you got a job, something you have to do. So,
sticking with the schedule.
Right, sticking with the schedule, sticking it out, making it, getting it checked. So, how do you feel about it?
Well, because I'm so many years into my 9 to 5, I kind of got to stick it out right now because I got so much time invested. But for the most part, I'm all for the multiple streams of income going other ways. So I highly encourage, I support you on what you're doing. I see a lot of YouTubers out there, people on TikTok and different, other social media platforms. So I'm not opposed to that. And I actually, want to look into doing a podcast later on because, see what's up. So, but for the most part, I'm opposed to it. And then, I'm for it too. Because like I said, I got so much time invested in my 9 to 5. So, but for the most part, whatever anybody's dream is, go for it. Even if you fail at it, pick it back up later on. If it's something, that, you see that you really want to do, because failure is a part of life. So, you may have to, pick it up later on down the line, sooner than later, sometime later. But I'm not opposed to a 9 to 5. Sometimes you got to take your 9 to 5 to fuel your personal, your business.
Right.
So, and some people get out there and they have a 9 to 5 and then they're like, ooh, I want to be an entrepreneur. And then you quit your 9 to 5 not realizing that 9 to 5 needed to fuel that entrepreneur.
Right, that's what you needed.
So you needed it to make the big money. So, and things happen in that. Sometimes you may have to pick up multiple 9 to 5s, but don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your dream. So.
And me personally, I've worked a few 9 to 5s, like a few tips. But the job I'm currently at now is the longest I've been at one, 2 years. The first one was a year, but this would be the longest. And honestly, I do not plan to be there for 30 years plus.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like if I do get into say it's not something physical as another income, but another one would be like social media. I feel like that eventually might get old or boring, or I might want to pursue something else. So as far as you said with the multiple incomes, I feel the same way. Like I want streams of income from everywhere. I don't want to have to just depend on one job or one place to get the money. And so I feel like I have to do certain things to get more from that one place, and it's like stressing me out, So, and that's funny because recently my job had asked me to be a leader. So, of course, it's more money. But to me, how I'm thinking of it, I already do my overtime and get as much as I can, right? But with doing that, I work like a different job for 2 hours.
Okay.
Then, like, we transition every time, but I do overtime. So that time I can be in a whole different area doing a whole different thing.
Okay.
And I'm up earlier than everybody,
Okay.
So, with that, I feel like I didn't take the position. I'm sorry. I denied the position of being leader, obviously, because you would have to do more, and you might be expected to do more than the last person. And to me, I don't know how much anybody else was getting paid. They probably would have hopped on it like, ooh, it's a certain amount more than I was getting paid. For me, it would have only been $3. So however you look at it, to me, I'm like, to be doing this and only get paid $3. Once I do my overtime and get my check, and with the taxes taken out, I did the math on being the leader. It's the same amount.
Yeah. Right.
That's
see, they wasn't expecting you to do that. They was just
like,
oh, she going to take it because it's the lead position and the pay more.
Yeah, like you can't bribe me with more. How much more? Like, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we
and then they push in a different tax bracket, making you owe more.
Right.
If you didn't, if you didn't already have, owe, now you don't have to.
Right.
So,
doing more with that. And it's like, working a 9 to 5 is cool, but I always told myself, even before ever being at this job, I'm like, I don't really want to work to be head up at the 9 to 5. I don't want to spend all my time trying to be more at the 9 to 5, knowing either way you're not really going to get appreciated how you want to be. And that's just me, how I personally feel. I don't know. Leave a comment down below though if you've had this experience or have ever been dealt with being promoted and you felt like, hell yeah, I probably do deserve more money, but like not doing that job or not having to deal with that stress every day. And when I wake up, this is the only job, to where I wake up and I'm not feeling like it's a drag to go.
Yeah.
Most people, they put on their work clothes, they're like, damn, as soon as I put them on, my body starts aching. And this is the one job where it might be like, well, hopefully, the machine's down, so we can go somewhere else.
And it's funny you say that because the other day I got ready to put my uniform on, not to cut you outside.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
And I was like, dang, am I getting hot? I was like, dang, I feel like I'm back, I'm sweating a little bit. And I was like, but I know, I just come back down because it do sometimes it's overwhelming because me being the sign that I am, Virgos, we overthink.
Yeah, so and y'all wanted to be perfect and y'all wanted to be y'all's best. And that's how, I agree with that.
And I'm like, and I agree with you on not taking that leadership because I'm like, I've had multiple opportunities in the department that I've worked in to take on leadership. I'm like, the headache, no.
Right. It's not worth it.
It's not even worth it. The money, no. No, it's not.
Because then once you start doing that, you still gonna feel like, oh, I deserve more. You really are. And I'm like, I can see me now taking on this to get more money, still complaining
about not having enough money.
Because the job is different now. So you're gonna feel like, well, I am doing this, I am doing that.
Right.
You are on my back. We are in these meetings. Y'all talking about the numbers and woo-de-woo. Well, So I feel like working a 9 to 5, that's why some people do, or especially people like my peers and people my age too, it's more of an outlet and a different way to get more money or to even show, who you are, the things you want to do. Because in reality, I work for air filtration. I don't really care about making it. Like, especially once I leave. I don't care about nothing I just did for 8 hours, really. But you have to be in the moment and present, and you have to do the job while you're there. But it's crazy once you leave, it's really like it don't matter. But unless it's drama. I feel like that's what it matters. Like,
and see, that's what I done stepped away from, the age different, nothing like that. It was me wanting to know everybody's information, what's going on the job,
Because it's like you want to think about something else while you're there, and it's like, that's how you know, like.
Yep, I used to want to be in everybody's business and want to know, these flyers is bad. I'm like, what's going on with
I don't know. Maybe it's the area.
It ain't too bad, but it's
they
like,
I don't know.
Well, no, I can't say it. I can't say it on camera, but we ain't none of that. Shoot.
Right.
The 9 to 5, like I said, you got to do what you got to do, to get to where you're trying to be. Some people's 9 to 5s is different 9 to 5s.
Right.
But everybody know what a 9 to 5 is. What make sure your household runs. It could be late night hours, early morning.
And I notice a lot of people who work third shift really don't even like working third shift. But I guess they do it for their benefit in a way.
It depends on family, you know. Excuse me. It depends on family. For a lot of years early on in my childhood, my mom worked a third shift job. Even really until probably I almost got out of high school. She was working a third shift job.
How'd you feel about that? Like,
it gave me an opportunity to do a lot more than,
Yeah.
I'll leave that off camera. That's another day for another subject. Yeah.
My mom personally, she had worked 2 jobs all the time, so I was always doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah. And my mom worked multiple jobs too. When you come from a family, where your parents have to do what they have to do to make sure that the household runs.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Most of us work multiple jobs, and we do it for years so that we can. I was just asking your mom the other day how long she had been on her job, and she was telling me, and I was like, you just got to do what you got to do. And sometimes when that income is taken away, you start seeing it. Unfortunately for us, we have to work extra harder to get what we're trying to get in life, to, get to where we're trying to be. And it's going to be like that for a long time. So working multiple jobs is sometimes that's all we know. In a schedule. It's an older generation, but I think with COVID, and I know, in fact, with COVID, it made the younger generation say that I want to do what I want to do because life is short.
Right.
And so I'm not knocking nobody that is doing what they got to do, but I think the younger generation don't also understand that you have to work a 9 to 5, like I said, to fuel whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Right, because the money has to come from somewhere.
The money has to come from somewhere. And if you want to do multiple things on social media, I see a lot of stuff. And I know people do, people got multiple things going on, I see what, I don't want to say anything, they would mess up the video, but Amazon, the Amazon storefronts and different stuff like that. People selling items through there, and
a lot of people started up their own business and all. So
a lot of things. When you see a need for your community, and if you have the money to be able to purchase a building or lease a building to do that, then do that.
I thought about that as well too.
Yeah, I was actually talking to somebody about a business that somebody had here. The lady just responded, and I was like, opening up that. I said, man, if I could have the money to open that back up and just name change to something else. She had a good business going, and I was just like, man, I hate that it had, that it closed. Yeah. It was really good, and it was a need. And somebody today asked about it, and I was like asking about, where can I get a good salad? And I'm like, dang, there's one place used to be open, man, had the best salads. But
that's what I was saying too, as far as like certain like businesses getting old eventually. Like, and sometimes business gets slow too, as far as like working outside of 9 to 5, you want to start your own thing, so you got to be prepared for that too. Business going slow, or no business at all.
Yep, that like you said, with COVID and the pandemic and stuff, a lot of stuff I saw closed up and never opened. Some of it is slowly.
And that's where some people's best ideas came from. Was COVID.
Yeah, it was COVID.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of people moving in a different way. I started hearing multiple streams of income then, and I was hearing it back in 2016, 2017, like multiple streams of income. Because back then I had my travel business, and
Yeah, I know my senior year of high school, I had 2 jobs. I already had a job, but they wouldn't let me co-op there, so I had to get another one, which was cool with me because that first one was 2 weeks, every 2 weeks anyway. It was nothing. But making the regular $8.59 at the time. But I had 2 jobs. One every week you get paid, one every 2. So it was kind of good for me. But I didn't have a car at the time, so I had to do Uber, but still, stacking
what you could. Yeah, you had to do what you had to do.
So I really kind of liked the second one. I enjoyed it. It was cutting up food, while the first one was at a buffet kiddie area. I was actually the busser. I was cleaning off the food.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of opposite and stuff in that way. So, it wasn't a drag in a way because I had my peers. But nowadays it's like, it ain't more so about the people. You kind of got to like the job. But at the same time, I treat it as liking the people. Because I don't want to have a bad day.
Right.
I don't want my day
I do that too. I try to go around and have my little perks with my little folks and talk. You got your people in your building.
I laugh all the time. Like, I ain't ready to have a bad day. I ain't ready to be complaining like I used to. I have to let some of that go down. Because it's like a 9 to 5, It's like I'm here and then I'm not. So I have to worry about me not being. This is me here, and when I'm gone.
And when I'm gone. I'm here, and
right.
Separating job from personal.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah. Some people do end up cool, like they do end up knowing you from on the outside, but it's like sometimes you can't mix like even business with pleasure when you end up liking somebody at the job. Somebody new comes along.
That's a different subject for a different day.
We ain't gonna go
there. Dating on the job.
Yeah, well, let's just say a date on the job. So if you work with me, you can't.
Don't do that.
So, having a 9 to 5 has its pros and cons, and then working on its own has its own, with that. So, y'all let us know how y'all feel down in the comments. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. How did you feel about this video today?
It was nice. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I wanted you on here. I knew you had a lot to say. I'm glad y'all finally got to hear from Nicole. Y'all, we will be back with another freaking episode. Until then, let us know how you felt about this video. Can you relate to having a 9 to 5? Do you wish to continue having one as, through generations? Like, I don't know. What do you feel about a 9 to 5? Let us know, y'all. We will be back, and we are out. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah!